Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are all well. Happy holidays to everybody off work today. I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yes, we have had a little bit of a bounce again from roughly the area of our support zone, which is good to see. It is good to see we've not broken down below it yet. But obviously it is not an ideal situation. We do need to get back above this $42,000 and get back into this area so that we can well, we've got a good shot then of not basically losing the support and coming lower. We need to make some moves to the upside relatively soon, I'd have thought, because if we don't and we hang around here, I think the bears will just step in again. What I will say though is that this bounce and holding above this support level in the face of the closes that we had in the stock market, as you can see here, this is closed today because markets are closed, but yeah, you can see this is a particularly bad close right down there at the support level. Obviously not able to get back above 4,500 and obviously threatening to take out obviously this support area. So that will not be the greatest thing for people to be mulling over this long holiday weekend when they decide what they are going to do. So yeah, we could off the back of this struggle to see much of a move up in crypto over this weekend, but you never know, there may be some good news come out, but yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath. This sell-off was pretty much predicated off one of the Fed chairman coming out and saying that there's a decent chance of a 50 basis point raise at the next decision. So obviously markets aren't going to like that. So I mean, yeah, that is literally why we sold off. So obviously that needs to be digested into the price action. This is obviously why we got this pretty aggressive bounce in the 10-year as well. When it was looking like we could have had a bit of relief, a bit of downside, we got this. Could this be a double top and then we do play lower anyway? It could be, but we will basically just have to see. Similarly, same move with the dollar, spike up off the back of those comments, and then yeah, could it be a double top? I mean, obviously this is clearly higher now, and then move lower. We shall have to see. But yeah, I mean, market's not looking good. Like the liquidity situation going forwards with obviously a rising dollar and then potential QT and rising rates. I mean, it's all pretty disgusting looking and sounding. So market sentiment is very bearish for traditional markets. So as a contrarian, that is not necessarily the worst thing. That is when once everyone's bearish, there's no one left to sell, and then we can then try and turn it around. So yeah, that is the positive spin on it. Ethereum Satoshi pairing, let's have a look at that. Still holding up there, not looking too bad at present. Ethereum USD pairing, this is not looking good, the USD pairing, but like I said, we do need to make a move back up past some of these levels, otherwise the downside will just become increasingly likely. I got a new chart for this Nas coin, so I've lost my annotations, so probably draw a couple on because we've only realistically got to look at that's not the one that I want. Where's the horizontal line? Here it is. If we zoom out, if we go to a daily here, I mean, from where we are about now, it's kind of this is obviously an area, and then we've well, that's not the whole. How has that done that? It's not the horizontal line. It definitely says horizontal line, doesn't it? Horizontal line. Why aren't you printing a horizontal line then? Oh, you are doing it now. Okay. And then obviously this level here. And then yeah, around about this level here. These will do for the time being. We'll develop these as we go along. But yeah, we are obviously at this level now. So we do pretty much need to hold it. Otherwise, I say hold it, get back above. Otherwise, yeah, it would obviously be curtains. Obviously, tech stocks are pretty much rate sensitive, so this moving up in yields is what is hitting this quite hard. The Japanese yen weakening against the dollar again, as you can see, but obviously off the back of that dollar move to be expected. So yeah, when will this become a problem for the Japanese central bank or the Japanese financial authority that deals with the currency, which isn't the central bank? I don't think it's another one. The central bank deals with obviously the bond buying, the unlimited bond buying. Mortgage rates, this is only a daily, but as you can see, 5% average. Just pain. It's a pain trade for obviously the general economy. Obviously, this will be a bit slow moving to filter through into people's reduced money to be able to spend. But no, nonetheless will filter through. Gold also looking like it does want to basically take this move higher. Broke above this horizontal, coming back tested it, bouncing off it. So if it gets a move above, obviously, I mean, we might as well draw this horizontal line in. If it gets a move above here, then yeah, I mean, it will pretty much open these 2,000 plus. And I think an inflation adjusted price for gold at the moment is around the mid 2000s. So yeah, we could see a nice move up here. Remember, real yields are very negative at the moment. I mean, if you've got a 10-year like less than 3% and inflation running at the actual official statistic of 8.5, you've got pretty much a 5% negative yield. But if you want to look at what it really is, shadow stats could be looking at even anywhere up towards 17%. 20% is the official line in the sand for hyperinflation. So it is interesting that people get laughed at when they talk about hyperinflation, but if the real inflation rate is certainly 15% plus, nearer 17%, 20% is hyperinflation. So and that is just calculating it based on how they used to calculate it back in the 80s when we had the last bout of high inflation, 70s and 80s. Yeah, hyperinflation, here we come. Let's see what happens. This is what I mean about how well, yeah, I mean, there will have to be an escape from currency at some point, and then that just we'll just have the Ludwig von Mises crack-up boom like we spoke about for a very long time. That has not quite happened yet, but yeah, that for me is probably the most likely resolution of this, as basically they have to then ultimately try and pin the yield curve, hit the currency, which is exactly what we see what's happening in Japan. They're pinning the yield curve, which is then hitting the currency. That will probably what then has to happen with the dollar, and then asset markets will obviously, priced in dollars, will go absolutely mental to the upside. What else do we want to look at on here? Yeah, oil moving up again, more of a pain trade again here. Oil moving up, but like I said, anything below 116, I think realistically it will fail and come back down. But obviously anything above there, we open up basically taking out this high. But my bias is that this will form a somewhat descending triangle, somewhat series of lower highs, and take this out. Just because I think the economy is struggling. I think the geopolitical situation is pretty tense at the moment, so that could potentially thaw and alleviate obviously prices. Let's look at stochastics now on this very very gloomy outlook at the moment. Stochastic 4-hour coming down, downward pressure on this at the moment. Then 10-hour, wait for this to load. Always got to wait for the 10-hour to load. Yeah, 10-hour looking to turn back down, lost its upwards acceleration. Same with the 12-hour looking to turn back down. Daily just looking to hang around down there. 2-day still coming down, 3-day coming down, 5-day turning back over here as well, and then obviously weekly, weekly is about the only thing pointing up here, and bi-weekly trying to turn up but not at the moment, and monthly down just for completion. So yeah, stochastics not looking too good. We did need that 12-hour 10-12 hour daily to turn up and get us going, but they failed. They failed at this juncture anyway. So yeah, like I said, I mean, if we don't make this move up, then it certainly very opens up the downside for sure. So yeah, do we just bounce into 38, 39 again, and then wick back up? I mean, if you do come down over the weekend, I'd expect we probably do. But there is still a real non-zero real chance that due to these closures that we do get a pretty aggressive move down. Oh, I say aggressive, I mean just lose this support basically in crypto. over this weekend, seeing as this is the only real information people have to look at the moment. So yeah, interesting times. We just gotta hope the bid that we have in crypto, because of obviously weaponizing of fiat currencies, is enough to at least hold us, or in an ideal scenario push us up, even in the face of what is going on. So yeah, there we go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice, and not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.